Hello my YouTube friends, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time stopping by, please hit the subscribe button so you can be notified every time I post a new video. Also, if you're interested in booking a private reading with me, please go to my website www.goldandtruthtarot.com. Okay, thank you. Let's get started. Today I'm going to be doing your monthly reading predictions for the sign of Libra. Okay, Libras. So the first week, Libras, first week of August with the Six of Cups, I see you being very nostalgic, thinking about your past. Some of you are going to think a lot about a loved one, somebody that maybe an ex, somebody from the past, some maybe a relationship that was kind of started out in your childhood, or somebody that you used to know from your past. Some of you are going to want to reconnect with family and friends, maybe go back to your parents' house, or spend some time with your childhood friends. I just see you being very nostalgic about that time of your life in this first week. In the second week, with the Four of Wands in reversed, see, there's going to be a conflict in your household, or with the people that you live in the same under the same roof. I see a conflict there. I see things not being very balanced, a lot of fire energy, arguments, people being very opinionated, very strong-minded, kind of not getting along well. And this is going to bring you a lot of sadness, a lot of headaches, because I also drawn from another deck this card, the despair card, for you guys, and this one came out. I know this is a very specific message. It's not going to be the same for everybody. Not all the Libras are going to have the same issues, but this is a message that is coming from my meditation and from the cards. So yeah, I see this is going to create a lot of anxiety for you, a lot of headaches, a lot of stress. And in the third week, I see with the Emperor card, some of you will be dealing with a very strong man, very strong, powerful, patriarchal man. I hope I said that right. A man that is very, very successful. His sun sign or ascendant can be in Aries. In this deck, as you can see, we can see the Aries symbol right there. So this person is very strong, very powerful, but also very by the rules. Everything is by the book, by the rules. It's like that strong Mars energy, very strong masculine energy that wants to dominate and control everything. And I feel like this person is going to be involved with this situation that will be happening with the four of Wands, this specific situation, this conflict. So this person is kind of gonna, this person will get into the conflict and kind of squash it and be like, okay, this is what's happening, this is what we're gonna do. And I see this person just taking charge of everything. And once they made a decision, it's final. You can't really discuss anything with them anymore. You can't really try to argue with them or try to change their minds. They're very set into the way they want to do things, and that's how it's going to be. If they're involved, if they said their final word, that's it. That's the energy that I get with the Emperor. For some of you, it can be a partner. For some of you, it can be a father figure. The Emperor is usually an older man. For some of you, it can be a boss or a manager that gets involved into if this conflict. Mainly the Four of Wands represents the home, and the people that work, the home and the people that you live with. But if you're spending too much time and your main focus is your work, then this can represent your work as well. And the Emperor can be a person in power that is going to try to solve that conflict, that kind of put order. And sometimes it can even be like the government or the law kind of just set boundaries and put things straight, and make decisions on how things are going to move forward. And then the last card we have is the Judgment card in the 4th week, indicating that it's like the final call, the judgment call. I just see you finally accepting things for what they are. You're not going to try and change anything. You're just going to accept it, and you're going to move on, and you're going to think, okay, it doesn't matter whose fault it is, if it's my fault or your fault or this other person's fault, it doesn't matter. This is where we are. This is the end. And now let's just let things happening, let things flow naturally without having to force anything. But you will feel like you're getting what you deserve, like a rebirth, in a way, because this situation happening, and even though it's going to bring you a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of sadness, it's also giving you the opportunity to start fresh, because things have been brewing in the deeper levels of your feelings and emotions. They just haven't come to the surface yet. So now that it's out in the open, and it happened already, now you can start your healing process. Now you can start your rebirth process, like the bird, the Felix, the bird, when he burns himself and then it's reborn from the ashes. The same kind of idea with the Judgment card. Like, you will have your opportunity to start this new chapter, and to leave things behind, like a child being reborn, reincarnated into this new existence. And even from the oracle of the spirit of animals, your message is the seagull. And now is the time for deep emotional healing. So it's time for you, Libras, to focus on your emotional healing, on yourself, on your heart, on the way you're perceiving things, on your wounds, what's still there, what needs to heal. And a way to help you in the healing process, in your deep emotional healing process, is also to let things flow. Let things just flow naturally, organically, without pushing for anything, or without. Sometimes we have to let go of control, trying to control everything, and just let things happen and let things be. And yeah, we also have the symbol of butterflies, which is transformation, indicating transformation. The same message comes from the judgment card, that it's time for you to make a decision now. After this situation will unfold, it's time for you to do some changes, make some life-changing decisions for yourself. But the only way you're gonna be able to move on with your life and to open a new chapter, it's to focus on your personal emotional healing, and just to accept things for what they are. Accept things for what they are, and let the normal flow of life happen, without having to force anything or push anything, or yeah. And with the message from the love card is, from the Oracle of love is all around you. There is love everywhere, all the time. Simply acknowledge this as a truth. And that is true. There is love all around us, everywhere, at every time. I think what changed for me and what made me kind of changed my life completely was realizing, and I kind of want to do a separate video about this and get into more in depth about my personal experience, but I just want to share this with you guys. It's basically realizing that that nothing external can give you that peace and harmony. Nothing external, so nothing physical, not a person, not another person can give you that emotional healing, that inner peace. Not another person, not a job, not a career, not a crystal, not not jewelry, nothing like that. Your inner peace, inner strength comes from within you. If that makes sense. So the moment you realize that, you're like, okay, so I'm here to live this life. And sometimes we're constantly just trying to look for purpose and meaning, and sometimes we just have to be present, and to focus on our own inner peace. That's very important. I mean, don't get me wrong, other things help. Crystals do help. I use them. They do help. Of course, having people that love you unconditionally and care for you, that also helps tremendously. But if you think about it, if you stop having expectations on people, and you just expect from yourself, then it's wonderful. There's love everywhere because you don't expect anything out of anybody. If somebody does something nice for you, oh great, thank you, that's awesome, that's amazing. If they don't, hey, they don't. You're not expecting anything, so it doesn't matter. So most of the time we get disappointed because we have expectations. If we don't have expectations, there's nothing to be disappointed on. And just realizing that my happiness, it's in my own hands, is in the way I perceive things, in the way, if I say, okay, this is bad, it's bad. If I say, if I have a memory of a specific thing being bad, then that's what I associated with. But if I decide, hey, I'm going to try to look at the positive, and I'm going to try and look and think of love all around me, then even when something bad happens, you might think, oh, okay, oh, I really wanted that job. I so wanted to get that job, but it's not happening for me. Why it's not happening for me? Why am I not lucky enough? Why don't I get the opportunities and that growth that I want, and why things are so difficult for me, and why I can never find a person that really loves and cares for me? But sometimes, even if it's hard for us to see it, like see the reason why, or see why something is not happening, trust me, within sometimes you will realize that was a blessing, that thing didn't happen, for real. Like I've personally, like I've tried so many different jobs and other opportunities that were always, they will never like flow the way I wanted them to flow. Like things will not flow. I will feel like every time I will try something, I will hit a brick of walls every time. And it was very stressful, very, very stressful, because, and I knew that I was after it just for the wrong reasons. I was after it just for the finances, just for the money. I wasn't after it because I really cared about what I was trying to do or what I was trying to get myself into. And it actually never happened, but in a way I am so grateful it didn't happen, because if that happened, that job that I applied for, if I got that job that I applied for, or if I got that other opportunity, I might not be able to do what I'm doing today, with YouTube and helping people and being able to connect with people in all parts of the world, and they're happy with my service, and I'm getting great feedback, and it's like building a community, and it's so much different than having to do something that you don't really care for, but you're just doing it because, okay, that pays more money, so let me go and apply for that. So even if at the time when it happens, if somebody turns you down, if a person that you really cared for doesn't give you the same, doesn't give the same love back to you, or a job that you applied for, you don't get that job, you don't get that opportunity, then just think about it. There's something better out there. Just let things flow. Let things flow, and everything is gonna happen. Everything happens for a reason. It's gonna fall into place, and it's gonna make sense at some point in time. It's gonna make sense. Okay, my friends, and the last message from the Money and Law of Attraction Oracle is, I can transform my own world. And it says, make lists of possible aspects. Make a list of things you love and never complain about anything. And as you use those things that shine bright and make you feel good as your excuse to give your attention and be who you are, you will tune to who you are, and the whole world will begin to transform before your eyes. It is not your job to transform the world for others, but it is your job to transform it for you. A state of appreciation is pure connection to source, where there is no perception of lack. Okay, I'm sorry, I just stopped for a second because I literally said the same thing, and I did not read the message in the back until now. So I want you guys to know something about me. When I film my videos, it's basically, I just turn the camera on and I start filming. I don't edit them, I don't do cuts, none of that. It's just too much work. I'm not really good at editing like that. So this is basically just a raw reading, just pure genuine reading that you're getting from me. Just recording it, pause, and that's it. It's done. And and this deck has so many cards. Like this deck. Okay, where's the number of cards in here? So this is the deck that I used, and I think it's like 66 cards. Okay, where's the back of it? Okay, I just wanna show you guys. Okay, so yeah, I think, okay, yeah, it's right here. So it's 60, so it's a 60 deck card, so it's impossible for me to know all of them, like what they actually say in the back. So I just shuffled them, I meditate, I shuffled them, and whatever comes out during shuffling, that's what that's the message that I give to you. But obviously I was so in tune with it that I give you the same message without even reading the card. That's funny. Well, it's not funny. It's beautiful. That's why I love tarot. So yeah, you can create the world that you want for yourself. You can't create it for everybody else, but you can create it for yourself. Okay, that's important. Making yourself priority, and as I said, focusing on your looking inward, not outward, out there. Asking out there for people to make it happen for you, but you for yourself to focus on. Just every time you need answers, just go inwards. I think it has worked for me. I like to to speak from my own experience, because I know nowadays we're bombarded by information left and right, and you don't really know what's true, what's real, what is, if people are speaking from their own experience, or if people are just saying something to attract views or attract traffic to their channel. So you don't really know what's true and what's genuine. But for myself, I always try to tell you guys based on my personal experience and things that I've noticed myself and things that I have used that have helped me, because I have been through ups and downs and difficult times, and what has helped me find that peace and have that calmness that I have now, that I'm still working, that I don't ever want to say, oh, I'm done, I don't, there's nothing I need to learn, I'm done, I'm good, I know everything. Absolutely no. For me, it's always a journey. It's always, life is a journey. It's till the last moment that I'm on this planet, I'm going to learn something more. I'm going to always I'm always going to have that mentality, of that student mentality. There is always more to learn. But for now, I'm just sharing with you what has helped me, and going inwards and looking for answers within me has been the answer, instead of just relying on other people. And my relationships with other people have improved tremendously just because I don't have expectations anymore. And it's funny, if you take off that expectation, then people are so much nicer. For real, like they're much nicer and much more much positive, and because you just don't expect anything from them. So when they do something nice, and you're like, okay, great. If they don't, then hey, fine, I'm not expecting anything either way. So okay, my friends, these are the messages that I had for you for today. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it helped you. And again, if you want to book a private reading with me, go on my website. The link is down on the bio. Thank you again for spending this time with me, and I see you on my next video. Bye bye.